Have you ever stopped to ponder what truly sets us apart from other living beings? We humans walk this earth with a peculiar awareness, a knowledge that shadows our every step. It is the awareness of our own mortality, the understanding that our time here is finite. We are, as far as we know, the only creatures who grasp this concept with such clarity. Your cat, for instance, might live a long and happy life, filled with naps in sunbeams and playful chases after imaginary mice. But does your feline friend truly understand that one day, their 9 lives will inevitably reach their end? We can only speculate. We cannot know for sure. This consciousness of death, this understanding that we are not eternal, is a defining characteristic of the human experience. And it is precisely this awareness that fuels our search for meaning, for purpose, for something that transcends the inevitable end. Think about it. This very awareness is the spark that ignited countless philosophical debates, religious doctrines, and artistic expressions throughout history. For centuries, we have grappled with the concept of our own finitude. We have sought ways to understand it, to accept it, and perhaps to even transcend it. And in this quest, the idea of salvation often emerges. But what does salvation truly mean in the face of our mortality? Is it an escape from death itself? Or is it something else entirely? Perhaps salvation is not about avoiding death, but about overcoming the fear of death. It is about finding a way to live a meaningful life despite knowing that it will eventually end. It is about embracing the present moment, cherishing the relationships we have, and making a positive impact on the world, however small. This is the kind of salvation that empowers us to live fully, to love deeply, and to face the end with courage and acceptance. Now, let us delve into the fascinating ways different schools of thought have approached this fundamental question of our existence. Consider the Stoics, those ancient philosophers who championed reason and virtue. They saw death not as an enemy to be feared, but as a natural part of the cosmic order, a simple reorganization of the matter that makes up our bodies. Your physical form, they believed, would simply return to the universe, becoming part of something else, just as a drop of water returns to the vast ocean. There is a certain comfort in this perspective, is not there? The idea that we are all interconnected, part of a larger whole, and that even in death, we remain a part of this grand cosmic dance. On the other hand, many religious traditions offer the promise of resurrection, a continuation of the self in some form after physical death. This belief provides solace to many, offering hope that death is not the end but a transition to another realm of existence. It is a powerful idea that has shaped civilizations and continues to inspire billions around the globe. Both of these perspectives, the philosophical and the religious, offer unique ways of coping with the knowledge of our own mortality. But what can we learn from these different approaches? Perhaps the key takeaway is that the true challenge lies not in denying our finitude, but in accepting it as an integral part of what it means to be human. In fact, the real beauty might be found in the finite and the ephemeral. Let me take you back to one of the most famous stories from ancient Greek literature, the tale of Odysseus, the hero of Homer's Odyssey. After years of perilous adventures, Odysseus finds himself on the island of Ogygia, held captive by the beautiful nymph Calypso. She is deeply in love with him and offers him the ultimate gift, immortality. Imagine that, the chance to live forever, to never age, to never face the inevitability of death. It sounds tempting, does it not? Yet Odysseus, in his wisdom, chooses a different path. He longs for home, for his wife Penelope, for his son Telemachus, for the life he knew before the Trojan War, a life that included the natural cycle of birth, aging, and death. His choice to return to his mortal life is not a rejection of life itself, but an affirmation of a specific kind of life. It is a life of human connection, of love, of loss, and ultimately, of acceptance of his own mortality. Calypso's offer, as alluring as it might seem, represents a kind of existence devoid of the very things that made Odysseus's life meaningful, his relationships, his responsibilities, and his place within a human community. Think about Odysseus's choice for a moment. He could have lived forever with Calypso, in a state of perpetual bliss, but it would have been a life devoid of the things that truly mattered to him. His choice reveals a profound truth about the human condition. A life well lived, a life filled with love, purpose, and meaningful relationships, even if it is finite, is preferable to an eternal existence devoid of these essential elements. His story serves as a powerful metaphor for the importance of embracing our mortality. It suggests that true fulfillment comes not from escaping death, but from living a meaningful life within the boundaries of our finite existence. And this is a choice that each one of us has the power to make in our own way. Now, some might argue that the pursuit of immortality through science or technology is a noble endeavor, and perhaps, to some extent, it is. But we must also be wary of the potential pitfalls of such a pursuit. The ancient Greeks had a word for excessive pride and ambition, the kind of arrogance that leads humans to overstep their bounds and challenge the natural order of things. They called it hubris. Is the quest for immortality, at its core, an act of hubris? Are we, in our attempts to conquer death, overstepping the limits of our human condition? It is a question worth pondering. Perhaps instead of trying to escape our finitude, we should be focusing on how to live well within it. This brings us to the heart of the matter, the integration of finitude into the pursuit of a good life. How do we find happiness, meaning, and fulfillment, knowing that our time here is limited? The answer, I believe, lies in embracing the present moment, in cherishing the relationships that enrich our lives, and in finding purpose in something larger than ourselves. It is about living authentically, pursuing our passions and making a positive impact on the world around us. It is about finding joy in the simple things, a warm embrace, a beautiful sunset, a meaningful conversation. It is about cultivating gratitude for the life we have been given, however short it may be. When we fully embrace our mortality, we are free to live more fully in the present. We are no longer held back by the fear of death, but empowered by the knowledge that our time is precious. This is not to say that the awareness of death is always easy to bear. It can be a source of anxiety, of sadness, even of despair. But it can also be a powerful motivator, a catalyst for growth and a reminder to live each day to the fullest. Think of it this way. The knowledge of our finitude is like a sculptor's chisel, shaping our lives, giving them form and definition. It is the awareness of the end that makes the journey itself so much more meaningful. When we accept that our time is limited, we are more likely to prioritize what truly matters, our relationships, our passions, our values. We are more likely to take risks, to step outside of our comfort zones, and to pursue our dreams with courage and determination. Because we know that time is fleeting, we are driven to make the most of every moment. We understand that life is not a dress rehearsal, but the main event itself. So how can you apply this wisdom to your own life? Perhaps you can start by taking a moment each day to appreciate the simple things, the beauty of nature, the love of your family and friends, the joy of pursuing your passions. You can make a conscious effort to be more present in your interactions with others, to listen more deeply, and to connect more authentically. You can challenge yourself to step outside of your comfort zone, to try new things, and to embrace new experiences. And you can find ways to make a positive impact on the world, however small. The truth is, none of us know how much time we have left. But what we do know is that we have the power to choose how we spend that time. We can choose to live in fear of death, or we can choose to embrace life in all its messy, beautiful, finite glory. We can choose to focus on what truly matters, to cultivate meaningful relationships, to pursue our passions, and to make a difference in the world. And in doing so, we can find a sense of peace, a sense of purpose, and a profound appreciation for the precious gift of life, a gift made even more precious by the knowledge that it will not last forever. We can find in the face of our finitude not despair, but a profound and enduring joy. The choice is yours. What will you choose? Will you let the fear of death hold you back, or will you embrace the fullness of life, knowing that its very finitude is what makes it so incredibly valuable? Think about it. The clock is ticking, but the music is still playing, and the dance floor is open. Are you ready to join the dance?